Hi everyone, some gamer dude here. So as I said, I went back to the website where I got the Final Fantasy decks from, and I picked up the remaining 4 starter decks that I didn't own. The 2 Final Fantasy XIV ones, the second Final Fantasy XIII, and the Final Fantasy Type 0. I didn't like that game. Don't play online games. And Final Fantasy XIII too was... Well, I never played Lightning Returns. But I did play the original 13 twice. I did like it enough for that. So today we're going to do the 13-2 deck. Probably do... Maybe break up the 2 14 decks by the Type 0 deck. And we'll do them in order of release. So the 18 one and then the 19 one. So we'll just move these over to the side. And bring over the Final Fantasy 13, well it's actually 13-2 because there's Sarah. Nothing on the back, nothing on the sides, just very basic, and their minimalist design. I appreciate it, but I know a lot of people do not like the minimalist designs. Something I've noticed with the Final Fantasy starter decks though, they're not taped down. I've noticed that with all of them. It really does feel like when you get them they've been tampered with, but that's not the case. So we'll open it. Same as always. How to play book and the deck. Tape means it's not tampered. Take out the... How old is this one? This one is up to monsters. So I haven't actually played with monsters, so here's the actual deck. I've had problems with the tape on this before. My 12 got a little bit damaged because of it. So I'm just going to open it off camera and I'll be back in a sec. So I got it up without damaging the cards. Like a lot of these Final Fantasy decks, it's they're kind of stuck together. So yeah, that's something people are going to have to know opening these things. Cards are stuck together. They sellotape together that hard. So we'll start off with Sarah. Oh wow, she is blurry. Come on, Sarah. There you go. 7,000 for 5 EX Burst Commando. I think, what's the name? Lightning is also a commando, so there might be some support for that. When Sarah enters the field, search for one job Mughal, add it to your hand. When Sarah attacks, activate all job Mughal you control. Discard one job Mughal, choose one forward, dull it. That's actually not bad. I'm going to assume that there's a lot of Mughals in this deck, especially considering it says job Mughal, not job and card name Mughal. So we get 3 Sarahs, if we can get them apart. Yeah, that's what I mean about this. So that looks more like a panda, but it's the Mughal. It's a backup 2 cost. We all like those. Tap, choose one card name Sarah or card name Knoll. I wonder if this will go with the lightning versions of them from the first deck. It gains first strike or brave until end of turn. That's actually surprisingly useful. They're not ice theme mechanics though. First strike and brave though, are they? Huh. Because first strike's usually associated with lightning, brave is usually associated with earth. So 3 of that, because 3 is a play set in this game. Your sorceress from... You can tell I haven't played this game in a long time because I don't even remember. 2 cost backup sorceress. Okay. 0, look at the top card of your deck. You can only use this ability once per turn. When your is put from the field into the break zone, put the top 10 cards of your deck into the break zone. There must be a reason for that. Otherwise, why would you mill? It's your deck. So, oh, must be only 3 starter cards per colour. So, arithmetician, pretty sure I've seen that before. Or at least a card with the same name. Forward, 3 cost, 7,000 power, ice. Tap, select one number. Dull all forwards of that cost. You can only use this ability during your turn. That's actually nifty if they run a lot of the same cards and they're all weenies. Bard. Forward for 2, 4,000 power. Ice, ice, tap, or ice, ice, baby. Choose one forward, dull it. It's alright for that, I guess. Pardon me. Shiva from the first set. I'm pretty sure this is in the first deck as well. 3 cost Ice Summon. Expose, choose one forward, dull it, and freeze it. It is worth it. 2 of those. Summoner, a 1 cost backup, which is good for just ramping. Knight, a 3 cost forward. I think a lot of these older decks do have a lot of vanilla cards. Here's another Mughal. Hurdy from Final Fantasy XII. Backup, cost 2 to ice, tap it, dull all forwards with a cost equal to the number of job Mughal you control. That's actually interesting. So, yeah, you're going to have to field a lot of Mughals to get it into a decent range. You're going to have to field at least 5 to hit a lot of things, 6. And you're going to have to play with your number of Mughals. But it could be useful. I don't think it's great, but it could be useful. Ghoul. It's a 2 cost monster. Ice, water, tap it, choose one forward, dull it. Useful. I actually like that. Gets blockers out of the way. Knight. Okay, it's a 4 cost 8,000. Moda. I can't remember that guy from Final Fantasy X, but 10-2, sorry. But again, I don't remember that game very well. 8,000 power, 4 cost. If your opponent controls any monster, also it's anti-monster support, and this seems to have been printed in set 5. Amodar gains plus 2,000 power, first strike, and brave. When a forward you control is put from the field into the break zone, double the power of Amodar until end of turn. So send out other things first. If let them die, he becomes a 1600. That's pretty cool. And it's actually his power, not his base power or his original power. It's interesting. I'm expecting a knoll. Yep, knoll. If you control card names, he's also a commando. If you control Sarah, he gains 2,000, so becomes a 4 cost 9,000. 5/4, which is a lot. Play knoll onto the field. You can only use this ability during your main phase, and if knoll is in the break zone. Oh, of course, so it's a resurrection ability. Yeah, so that's worth 6. That's definitely worth 6, a resurrection ability. It means you can go in willy-nilly with them and don't worry too much. Lebro, I do remember her. 2 cost 5 backup, tapper, choose one category, 13 forward you control, it gains plus 1,000 power to end of turn. Yep, that's a nice little pump for her. Play set of those. That's the villain from 13, too, isn't it? Caius. 9,000 for 4. Brave, when he's put from the field into the break zone, discard 1 card from your hand. So I guess he's above cost. Oh, well, no, but he's much above power curve, I mean. So get 2 of those. Godot. Here's characters I remember from the original 13. Guess it helps I did play twice. 4 cost, 8,000 power forward. The forwards of cost 2 you control gain plus 2,000 power. When Godot attacks, choose one forward. It gains haste until end of turn. Godot, 4 cost 8,000 power forward. The forwards of cost 2 you control gain plus 2,000 power. When Godot attacks, choose one forward. It gains haste until end of turn. That's actually surprisingly useful. I really like that support for a Weenie fire deck, considering Weenie is part of Fire's theme. We get 2 of those. They're from set 5 and uncommon. Black Mage, I'm pretty sure we've seen this a few times now. Fire, tap it, put into the break zone, choose one forward, deal 4,000 damage. 2 of those are a 2 cost backup. Evoker, I think we're actually sick of seeing those. Brynhilda, which I don't know why is a bike, because it's a Valkyrie name. EX Burst, for 3 it's a summon. Choose one forward, do it 7,000 damage. Yeah, it sounds about right. It's also from set 1. Zazz, from the original one. 2 cost 3,000 power. When Zazz attacks, choose one forward opponent controls. Deal it 1000 damage for each point of damage you have received. Yeah, it can only do up to 6000 damage, but it's not bad for a 2-drop. Especially considering if you're going for a red Weenie rush, you'd get a lot of damage really quick. So there's that. I have to admit, I don't know if that's a CGI cutscene or in-game graphics, but it's not aging too well. It's a bit on the blurry side, actually. Mont Blanc from Final Fantasy Tactics, 12. Same character is also in Tactics, well, same named character. 2 cost, backup, fire, tap, choose one forward, deals 1000 damage for each job Mughal you control. I prefer that one. You can get it up really high, because it can just do it all the time. I think that the other one was an ice one, wasn't it? Anyway, there's not as many Mughals as you'd think, actually, in the deck. And bomb. Put bomb into the break zone, choose one forward, deal it 5000 damage, which is fine for one. You can pick off a lot of 1-drops for that. I thought that was pretty interesting. I like the Weenie theme and the Mughal theme. I think they play well together. I think they could go into 2 different decks and come along quite well. I think that's a basis for some decent stuff there. So, yeah, this one does get a good review. I like this deck. I don't like it as much as the first Final Fantasy XIII deck, but I like it. This has been Some Gamer Dude, and thanks for watching.